Good Friday morning to you, and thank you for joining us. This is the first Friday in August. I can't even believe we're talking August already. We sure hope you had a great week, and we're happy to share some time together before we enjoy another summer weekend. Andrea Murdoch is with me today, and I'm, of course, Amy Lacey. It's great to have a Girl Power Friday.
That's right, Girl Power on this Friday with Amy, and we are the A-team today.
I like that.
Andreas, I like it.
Maybe that's what we can brand ourselves now when we're together.
The A-team on a Friday.
I like it.
It's the perfect way to start a weekend, and we really cover a lot of territory on this show and have the chance to interact with some really cool and interesting people, find out about unique places and things to do here and around Central Virginia and beyond.
We're already looking forward to the weekend. You may be heading to the beach for a little bit.
Try. So I feel like the summer is slipping away from me.
Yes, it is, and we have to take advantage of every moment we still have.
Yes, so we're thinking about doing maybe a day trip to the beach, or finding some activities that'll really be sticking in the minds of the kids when it's time to. Well, our kids are in daycare, so it's really no difference. But yeah, we're getting ready.
Well, as far as the weekend, looking for a lot of things to do, but we have the 804 festival that is kicking off today, so that may be something that we can get into a little bit later. But just there's always something going on around Richmond, and just in the near vicinity. So if people say that they're bored, they really don't have any excuse. And
that's right.
What I love about this show is that we highlight many of the fun activities to do. So we definitely have that again on this Friday.
That's right, and it's a lot of fun too, because like you said, we get a chance to get out there and see them, interact with the folks who come into the studio, and see them in their element, doing the things that they love to do.
And then we get to share them, and then we get to go everywhere you are too, which is always nice.
That's right.
And somebody else who gets to visit places is Dave Parker. He often visits beautiful landscapes in Virginia and the surrounding areas. Today he will take us on a guided tour of President John Tyler's home. It's the latest installment in his Discover with Dave series. That's coming up in less than 15 minutes.
Well, garden fresh vegetables are bursting with flavor this time of year, and this morning we're enjoying a delicious virtual recipe with one of our favorite guests based in Roanoke, Virginia. Mary Rappaport, Consumer Affairs Director with the Virginia Egg Council, joins us live on Zoom to show us how to make zucchini sticks. Yum. And we can't wait. That's coming up in less than 6 minutes.
And Black RVA is the Richmond region's premier enterprise for promoting Black businesses. They're celebrating their anniversary with a special community awards presentation. Anissa Turner-Randolph is here along with Tamika Jefferson from Richmond Region Tourism to tell us all about it. That's coming up later on today's live show.
Can't wait for that. And you know what else I can't wait for? Chocolate. Our friends from Gearhart's Fine Chocolates invite you to their open house tomorrow. But today, owner Tim Gearhart is going to give us a truffle rolling demo. And I'm so looking forward to this because this is actually something I've always wanted to do. So.
I already made the Lucy reference this morning, too, from I Love Lucy and the conveyor belt. So we'll try not to do that.
We'll try not to mess it up.
But I bet we'll have a great time with it.
That's right.
And then we get to sample it, too.
Oh, yes. Quality control is our favorite role around here.
Always. Now's the time to send it out to CBS 6 meteorologist Tom Patton in the weather garden. Happy Friday, Tom. We made it Friday.
I know. Terrific. Ladies, nice to see you. It's good to have all morning. We had the bros on. We've got the ladies on now here on Virginia this morning, so good to see the two of you this morning. It is hot out here. It's a blazing day. In fact, I'm standing right here in the sun. I chose the wrong camera. I told the director, let's do this camera from here on out, but I didn't realize how bright and sunny it would be at this moment. So it's really, really warm.
Tom. You're glowing.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, nice to see you this morning, and let's take a look and see what's going on with these temperatures today. We have an excessive heat warning. And right now it's 83 degrees already. At 9 o'clock in the morning, we're at 83 degrees. The dew point is really what's making it crazy. It's 76, so lots and lots of humidity out here. It's a very soupy morning. We have temperatures in the 80s just about everywhere, even some mid-80s already. Look at Ashland, 84. Those mid-80s, well, that's that area right there. It's kind of in that pinkish color. That's an excessive heat warning. It starts at 10 o'clock, but it's just going to be hot all day. It goes till 8 o'clock tonight. The heat index could approach about 112. It could rest near about 108 to 110 for a few hours this afternoon. And then that area off to the west, that is just a heat advisory. That's all that is. Not going to be quite as hot, but yeah, you're going to be hot over there too. Everyone's going to be hot today. And as we go into the afternoon, I think by noon the heat index could already have exceeded 100, and then as we go into the 4 o'clock hour, we're looking at about 109, maybe even up to 111 in some spots. And you can see off to the west a little bit cooler. That's why they just have that advisory. Now tomorrow it's going to be a little different, not quite as hot, but the heat index still low 100s. That's still plenty warm, plenty hot, and it's just going to be very humid all weekend long. As far as showers and storms go, yeah, there'll be a few around this afternoon, probably even a bit more late afternoon into the evening hours. And then again tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, more scattered thunderstorms around. Again, very humid tomorrow. Even though the temperature won't be quite as hot, the humidity will still be very high. And then as we go into Sunday, I think there'll be some showers and storms around the area, again, mainly by the afternoon and evening hours. So just about each day over the next few days. Woo! All right, so my glasses are polarized, so when I put them on, this monitor disappears. I can't see it at all. So that's why I'll either take my glasses off or look at that monitor. Just a little something maybe you wanted to know. Maybe you don't even care, but that's okay. 90s, I think we could hit some 80s then again by the middle of next week, but lots of storm chances and lots of humidity. Virginia This Morning will be back after this. Have a great weekend.
Happy Friday to you. It is August 2nd. We want to thank you for spending a part of your Friday here with us as we get ready to kick off Virginia This Morning, the area's only live local talk and entertainment show. I'm Amy Lacey here with Andreas White-Murdoch, and you know, we're having a really great morning so far.
That's right. Already kicking off our Friday in the best way here on Virginia This Morning. And we said in the tease at the top of the show that we're the A-team, Amy and Andreas.
I like it.
And I think it sticks.
I think we need to get a matching T-shirts that say that.
There you go. Well, we know you have a choice in programming, and we're delighted that you've chosen to spend a part of your Friday morning here with us. Our show is jam-packed today, so let's get started.
Thanks for allowing us into your homes, and here's a few highlights from today's live show.
Dave Parker's adventure this week takes us to the home of President John Tyler. He'll do some show and share coming up.
And the Black RVA Community Awards are coming up, and you are invited to attend. Anissa Turner-Randolph and Tamika Jefferson will share the details during our conversation. That's coming up in our second half hour.
Can't wait for that. And of course, we have something to satisfy your sweet tooth on this Friday morning. Tim Gerhardt is here and will show us how to roll some truffles. We can't wait. All right, well, our first guest is a fan favorite who shares some great tasting recipes, and today she's showing us how to put together some homemade zucchini sticks.
Yum. She is the Consumer Affairs Director with the Virginia Ag Council. We're happy to have Mary Rappaport join us this morning from her virtual kitchen. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, and I have to tell you something. If you've never fixed zucchini before, fix this. Because
Okay.
It's
You know,
really fabulous.
so many people have zucchinis in their gardens right now.
Yeah, let me give you a little primer on zucchini first. If you have zucchini that's larger than this size, they're probably going to be a little bitter, so you're going to want to do it probably don't. In fact, I don't even buy them if they're larger than this because they're often kind of bitter. So grab them when they're really small, and they grow really, really fast. So as soon as they're this big, just grab them. Zucchini, you want them to be about this size for this recipe, about 8 inches long. You know they're going to be nice and tender. I'm going to go ahead and get started right away. You make sure they're really clean and washed, first of all. That means scrubbing them because a lot of times they have dirt on them. Get the ends off, and then you're going to cut them into sticks. You're going to cut them actually into, this size is going to be 16 sticks. I cut them lengthwise, and then I'm going to cut them crosswise. So you can see how big they are right here.
So they're turning into a nice appetizer-sized,
Absolutely.
1 or 2 bites.
Some of you may have had this recipe. There's kind of a famous Italian restaurant around, and they serve zucchini sticks. but they fry them, and they're, they're delicious, but this is a takeoff on that, but a lot more healthy. So I've got them like this. See that? That's about the size. In this recipe, I'm going to use 2, and it'll serve 2 people amply, or either for dinner, or I've eaten it for dinner with like a salad on the side or a dessert on the side. And so once they've cut up about like this, you can see that into 16 pieces. Then you sprinkle salt on top of them. And the reason is that zucchini has a lot of liquid in it. That's one of the good things about it, because you want your vegetable, you want to eat a lot of liquid so that you can have fluid in your body. But for this recipe, we want to leach it out. So I've sprinkled it with salt, and it takes about 10 minutes for it to leach out. I did this about 10 minutes ago. I don't know if you can see it really close up, but it's just like they're weeping all over as if they're just crying. They're just soaking wet. So what I'm going to do now is just sog it all up like this. Meanwhile, the oven is at 425 degrees. While this is soaking and leaching out the liquids, you can be getting everything ready. The oven is at 425. I have a cookie sheet right here that I have parchment paper on. You don't need the parchment, but I don't like washing dishes much, so this keeps me from having to scrub a pan.
So Mary, you
here.
sprayed on top of the parchment paper. What was that?
I sprayed on top of the parchment, exactly.
Okay.
And then I have 3 bowls. I have a bowl of flour, a bowl of beaten eggs, and this recipe calls for 3 eggs for those 2 sticks. But I found that I use it all up, so you might even have another egg handy. And then the 3rd one is panko. If you've never used panko before, you can purchase it in cans like this or in little bags. It's a Japanese-style breadcrumb. If you don't want to use that, you can use regular breadcrumbs or any kind of crushed, like even cornflake crumbs, you can crush it up.
So that's going to give it a little crunch?
Yeah, panko's always crunchy and delicious.
Okay.
Right, it gives it a nice crunch. This is seasoned with Parmesan cheese, which I like because it adds protein to it. I'm going to add a little oregano to, just oregano out of a jar, and mix that up there. So, and then this is how you do it. And then also have a wet cloth nearby, or I have a little bowl nearby right here, because your fingers do get mucky. Okay, again, I've gotten the water leached out of this, and I've patted it dry, and then you put it in flour first, and then in the egg wash, and then right here in the panko, and you sprinkle it up like this. And you just keep doing it. And frankly, this is a great thing to do if you've got kids around or you're getting ready to watch a ball game and the family wants to get involved. And you just put them on the cookie sheet like this. This is what I'm talking about. Have something ready to wipe your hands because it is mucky. You lay them on the cookie sheet, fill up the cookie sheet, and this recipe will fill a large cookie sheet filled with it. They bake for about 15 minutes, and this is how they turn out. They are unbelievably delicious and so good. If you want to, you can put a little bit of hot pepper on top. I kind of like that. And I serve it with tomato sauce right out of the jar. Oh my gosh, they're
interesting.
they're
Tomato
crunchy
sauce.
and delicious. They actually can be reheated in the microwave. The neat thing about this recipe is that the eggs have protein and all the nutrients except for vitamin C. And zucchini happens to have 58% of your day's requirement of vitamin C. So you mix the 2 of them together, got a great recipe. Here's another idea using zucchini. This is a frittata. Frittata is basically an open-faced omelet, and you slice the zucchini the opposite way in coins, you saute it with some tomatoes in it, super fresh and delicious. I will use this either as a main dish or cut into wedges as a side dish, or you can serve it hot or cold in a sandwich. Another thing to do is zucchini, slice it up, or spiralize it with a spiralizer. Do you have a spiralizer at home?
I do have one, and I love it because you can kind of maybe not tell the kids that they're eating full spaghetti, that they have some vegetables mixed in there.
Exactly. So here, for those of you that are on low carb diets, you just saute this, put tomato sauce on top, and here's that. So if you were in Europe, you would call these courgette, Courzette. And that's if you were in Britain or in France. If you were in Italy, you would call this a zucchini, one zucchino, or a bunch of zucchini. We call it zucchini in this country. They're really good for you because they have potassium, they have vitamin A, I said vitamin C, they have vitamin B, they're low in calories. So when you combine them with eggs, they make a really, really good snack or meal. This right here, I can eat this for a meal. It's sitting there watching TV.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, thank
And
you so
it's-
much, Mary. You have given us truly the primer in zucchini, and I think I'm going to grab one on my way home and make some for dinner tonight. Thank you so much, Mary. It's always a pleasure, and we hope to see you in studio before the end of summer.
Would love it, love it.
That's like the ultimate finger food, those zucchini sticks.
Oh, yes.
Love it. This is a great recipe that if you want to try out this weekend. And stay with us. There's so much more to enjoy in our live Friday edition of Virginia This Morning. Stay with us.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
Welcome back, and thank you for spending a part of your Friday with us this morning here on Virginia This Morning. Written by Mike is a movie that takes a look inside the lives of two couples and how they deal with family, trauma, and illness. Ryan Cuddy wrote and directed it and looks forward to it being screened at this year's Richmond International Film Festival. We welcome Ryan and Noah Peterson, the lead actor in the movie. Good morning, and congratulations to both of you.
Morning. Thank you.
Ryan, this had to have been a vision years in the making.
Absolutely, about 5 years actually. So I wrote this for a very specific reason. My therapist told me to.
Yeah.
And I like to think that filmmaking and creativity is a very therapeutic endeavor. So I wrote this for 4 years. I wrote it in 2 days and then revised it for 4 years. Was fortunate enough to have some people who really believed in the story, such as Noah here. And we're really proud of what we accomplished with it.
Noah, as the lead actor, this has to be wonderful that this really is a celebration of Virginia. This was of Virginia for Virginia.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the great things about Virginia is there's so many different settings and so many different places that you can film in. And we have a great growing film community here. So it's been great to film this awesome, wonderful piece.
Ryan, why was it so important for you to use many Richmond actors and Virginia crew members? What was a part of that that made you say, this is what I want for my film?
That's a great question, and a good, for instance, like our producer, Will Sidaros, he is a Richmond native.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live in Richmond. I'm actually moving back tomorrow. And
Welcome back.
Thank you. We mainly shot this in Fredericksburg, but luckily because Richmond has such a thriving and optimistic and exciting film community, we thought, the people I've met when I worked on the TV series Swagger, people such as Noah, people such as Will, we had such a great team and such an exciting amount of people from Richmond and from Virginia in general. That was very important to us.
And Noah, when Ryan approached you about this role, or how did it happen? Were you already friends, or did you find out about the opportunity?
Yeah, so Ryan and I met at a party in college, and then once he got this film kind of funded and on the way, he reached out to me and we set up an audition. So.
Yeah, I mean, Noah's a good example of an actor who really gave it his all. In fact, you're in Virginia now, but he was living in LA at the time, and he
Wow.
actually flew back just for this production.
That's
It was really
dedication.
exciting. Yeah.
Well, for the storyline, of course, we don't want to give everything away, but what are some of the main points about the two couples, and what is their story?
Yeah, I really do feel like there's two couples. Noah plays Keller in it, who's kind of a down on his luck college dropout who meets a woman named M, who he ends up really falling in love with, but they each are struggling with their own internal mental health issues, and it's kind of about how they can utilize those their own struggles to help each other. At the same time, there's a couple named Mike and Lynn. They meet in college and they really build a strong bond, but you see a lot of external conflicts. So really what I wanted to examine in this film is, is loving someone enough to make a successful relationship? And what does it take to build a successful relationship? You know, I've tried to draw from experiences of myself, experiences of people that I know, and I really do think we tried to make it as authentic as we could. That was very important to me, was to make it relatable and authentic.
So Noah, too, this is this role. It has like a lot of responsibility because there's a message, there's a mission to it with this conflict and this sounds like with a lot of the message that he wants to get out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's true with a lot of acting roles, is when you go into them, you want to make sure that you're looking at the overarching message of the story and making sure that you're letting that shine through with your performance.
And he did. He let it shine through more than so.
What was it about the mental health journey that you really wanted to highlight with the film?
Well, you know, I've been very outspoken about my own struggles with mental health. And it was really important for us to demonstrate, you know, how I always say it is everyone thinks they have an understanding of mental illness and people who are struggling with their own issues, and until the tides turn. Yep. And you really learn who is there for you and who isn't when you're struggling in mental health. And that was important to me. And apparently it's important to a lot of other people too. You know, it's exciting. We actually just got a distribution deal with the film itself. So we're going to be releasing in October. And before that, we did a Virginia tour with the film where we went all over the Commonwealth to show people kind of what's able to be done in Virginia. And because of that, we actually we donated 10% of our proceeds to Region 10, which is a mental health wellness center in the Commonwealth of Virginia, mainly based out of Charlottesville. So that was really important to me, to support mental health, both with the story and with what we can do on the side.
Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed learning more about it. Thank you so much for coming in, sharing your successes with us here on Virginia This Morning.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
We wish you all the best, and again, thanks for coming in today. For more information on Written by Mike, just visit our show website later today at virginiathismorning.com. Andreas?
Well, most presidential homes in Virginia have been refurbished and remodeled to look as much like they did when a president lived there. But things are a little different at the home of President John Tyler. Dave Parker takes us to Sherwood Forest Plantation this week as part of his Discover with Dave series. Take a look.
This segment is sponsored by Rockingham Insurance.
Since Virginia is known as the mother of presidents, there's no shortage of presidential homes, most meticulously restored to represent the time a president was there. But at President John Tyler's home, you'll actually find recent family photos in color because his ancestors still spend the night here. Between Williamsburg and Richmond in Charles City County, off John Tyler Memorial Highway, is Sherwood Forest Plantation. The 10th U.S. President, John Tyler, lived here from 1842 to 1862. You can explore much of the approximately 50 acres, but not all, since some of it is kept private for the existing family. Because there are times when some of Tyler's family will be staying here, tours of the home are by appointment only. The house is uncommon in a few ways. First, it's only one room deep. That, coupled with the expansions President Tyler added, it is said to be the longest frame house in America at over 300 feet. Inside, you'll find a home rooted in the mid-1800s, but with signs of life 160 years later. The most unique feature is the ballroom, or gallery, thought to have been used either for entertaining or to house Tyler's extensive law library. While scholars may debate the effectiveness of the John Tyler presidency, there is no debate that he was certainly one of first. He was the first vice president to ascend to the presidency because of the death of a president, at that time setting a precedent. He was also the first president to have been widowed and then remarry while in office. Also the first one to serve without a vice president. Adding to the interest of the property, your first stop will be the Tyler's Pet Cemetery. It's home to dozens of faithful pets through the decades, including that of Frank, the greeter-in-chief, who just passed away in 2024. While a few virtual tours of the home are available, I recommend seeing this most unusual piece of history in person. In Charles City County, I'm Dave Parker.
Dave, thanks so much for sharing your travel experiences with us, especially those right in our backyard. For home, auto, and farm insurance, give Rockingham Insurance a call, 800-434-7736, or visit rockingham.insure to find a local agent. Stay tuned. We have so much more in store for you to enjoy, but first, we've got to take a quick break. Thank you for spending some time with us here on Virginia This Morning. Presented by the Richmond Region Tourism Foundation, the Black RVA Community Awards is coming up, and it's an opportunity to celebrate Black businesses. Here to lead our discussion is Tamika Jefferson, Community Relations Manager at Richmond Region Tourism, along with Anissa Turner-Randolph, the Chair of the Advisory Committee. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here, and this is very exciting because it is an opportunity for us to celebrate so many of the incredible businesses right here in our city, in our community, right around the Richmond area in such a special way. Yes. So this is the 5-year anniversary celebration. Tell us a little bit more about Black RVA.
So Black RVA launched in August of 2019. It was between Richmond Region Tourism and more than 20 community members to celebrate and highlight African American culture, restaurants, businesses, and also to encourage tourism here in the Richmond region. So we wanted to get residents and visitors to come and enjoy what we have in our own backyard.
Absolutely, and there's so many partnerships that make up this experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks to our partners. We have influencers. That's why we're celebrating this year, right? This month, actually. We have community members, we have organizations, we have businesses, and we have individuals who are doing amazing things in the community. And we just want to say thank you and to celebrate all they have to offer here.
Absolutely. And Anissa, you are so well connected in our community and to many of these organizations. What is the spirit of excitement? How would you describe that this year?
If I could scream, I would. But it's just very exciting to be able to, one, give back to the community, but also highlight those who have been doing the community work and being an influence in Richmond for so long, but also highlight those who are up and coming as well. You know, we want to give everybody a platform, a voice, and really just give everybody their flowers. Yeah. So I'm really excited. This is the first ever event that Black RVA is doing. So it's rewarding for us to be able to give back to other people.
Yes, and it's an opportunity for all of us to be able to give back. Absolutely. Because there's some voting going on. Yes. In order to crown the award winners.
Yes, right now we have our Rooted and Rising categories as part of our community pillar of Black RVA, and it's open for public voting until Sunday at 11:49 p.m. So we want to make sure people vote for all of their favorite businesses, individuals, and restaurants in the Richmond region.
And I was going to say there's a few pillars, but there's a few categories as well.
So we have 4 pillars with Black RVA. I mentioned the community, but we also have history, we have food and drink, and we also have arts and entertainment. And so we have 5 awards that we will be giving out at the end of this month to match all of those categories.
And as you're talking about the different categories, there are businesses popping into my head. And I'm like, ooh, I cannot wait to see who's going to win. Yes, now, Anissa, the culminating portion of this event is the award ceremony itself. Tell us more.
So the award ceremony is truly a celebration for everybody coming. When you purchase your ticket, you can just expect literally like a Black Excellence Award for businesses and influencers here in Richmond, right? So we have Miss Community Clovia Lawrence that will be the host of that. And so, you know, she always curates a wonderful vibe for everybody to just enjoy themselves. So you'll come, we'll announce those award winners, but then also afterwards, it's gonna be a party. We're gonna celebrate.
Whole party.
So it's a community awards and celebration. So log on to visit BLKRVA and get your tickets.
BLKRVA, that's where we can vote?
Yep, visit BLKRVA.com. That's where you can vote and purchase tickets.
Purchase your ticket.
Registration closes on August the 16th, so we want to make sure people get their tickets. It's going to be at the historic Hippodrome Theater in Jackson Ward.
Yep.
And this event, I don't know if we said this, is on Friday, August 23rd. So you've got some time to get your votes in, but you've got a little bit more time to make sure that you get your tickets, not only for you, but for your friends and anyone who's going to enjoy celebrating these businesses.
Yes. August 23rd at 6 p.m.
All right, well, I think we are ready.
Yeah.
I'm certainly ready. I cannot wait to celebrate all of these incredible businesses with so many people in the community who are interested in celebrating as well.
Yes.
Anything else you want to tell us before
Yes, I just want to say thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. We are being presented, the presenting sponsor is Wells Fargo, and we have many more sponsors on the ticket, so we couldn't be successful without our sponsors.
Absolutely. It takes truly a partnership. Thank you for leading the way in that partnership and giving us a reason to celebrate. We get a chance to see so many of these businesses over the course of our days, and hopefully are supporting them, and now we get to celebrate them.
Absolutely.
It's the best way to end our summer. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
All right. Well, you got to send us some pictures as well so we can include them in Everywhere You Are, because this is truly an Everywhere You Are type of moment. The 2024 Black RVA Community Awards is Friday, August 23rd, with the opening reception and networking opportunity beginning at 6 p.m., the awards program starting at 7 p.m., and the party at 8 p.m. The event takes place at the Hippodrome Theater, 528 North 2nd Street in Richmond. And for more information, including tickets, visit virginiathismorning.com later today. All right, now here's Amy with a Virginia This Morning giveaway to tell you about.
Love giving away gifts. Our friends at Atlantic Union Bank are sponsoring an after-hours concert series in Doswell. Right now, caller 6 to 342-5745 wins a pair of tickets to see the multi-platinum band Shinedown live on stage tonight at the Meadow Event Park in Doswell. Again, 342-5745 is the number to dial. Good luck. Before we head to break, here's your special invitation to check out the show.
Hello there, I'm Eric.
I happen to be Barry.
I'm Brent. I'm Zach, and the four of us are the band Shinedown, and on August 2nd, we're going to be in Doswell, Virginia at the After Hours concerts at the Meadows. Yes, I said that right. Thank God. Go to shinedown.com for ticket info, and we will see you soon, Virginia. We cannot wait.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a celebration. 804 Day is today, and you have a chance to have some fun. Reese Williams is the 804 Day spokeswoman and Chief Communications Officer for Shaco Records, and she brought along one of the area's top guitarists, Rain, to tell us all about it. Good morning. Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Last year was the inaugural event. What can people expect this year?
Ooh. Lots and lots of music. So we've added a stage. We have 17 bands, every genre under the planet. Vendors, we have about 60 vendors of local artisans, our sponsors, nonprofits, just everyone in the community getting their message out.
And it's all free.
It is free.
Which we love that price tag on everything.
It's my favorite price.
Rain, when you were approached about being a part of this, what was your immediate response?
I mean, stoked. I was the newest sign to Shaco Records recently, and so working on an album. So I'm super excited. We're well rehearsed, and yeah, we'll be on at 5.
What can people expect from your performance?
I mean, great catchy songs. I'm a passionate songwriter. I've been around. If you've been to a bar, a dive bar, I've played it in Richmond or Chesterfield. But yeah, expect catchy songs and great guitar solos. Yeah.
And Reese, last year when that was coming together, what was behind it? Why 804 Day in Richmond, besides the obvious 804?
Yeah, we were partnering with the city. They have 17th Street Market, which is a park in Parks and Recreation. And initially, we thought maybe we would just have our artists perform on one stage in the market. And then I learned that the city had extra stages that we could put out. And so it just blossomed into an entire festival.
How has the outreach been? Have people, when you reached out to them or they reached out to you, has there just been a lot of excitement about it?
It is incredible. Last year was a little tough being a first year, so everyone's a little shy. But this year, everyone wanted to be a part of it. We had sponsors, we had partners, supporters, volunteers. It's been incredible. And it's so neat when you meet strangers who are excited about an event that you help create. It's amazing.
Now, Rain, are you from 804, the 804?
I am.
So what is that like to be a part of something that really is a celebration of your hometown?
I mean, it's amazing. It's like the kind of like homecoming game, it feels like. And it's going to be probably the most fun gig and the hottest gig of the year in a few different ways. So I'm really excited. And I'll be playing with my twin brother and my best friends from elementary school. We're all raised here. And I've gone as far as LA and And yeah, so I'm excited to play today.
You've played with quite a few top names out there, household names. Tell us who you've been in the company of.
Yeah, last year I missed my college finals at VCU to go play with Ricky Rocket from Poison, Richard Fortus from Guns N' Roses, you know, people that tour with Michael Jackson, and yeah, it was a crazy opportunity to be invited. So yeah, very grateful. It's been an awesome ride. So yeah, I'm just starting, I guess.
So I would assume, Reese, that whenever 804 Day is done this year, you're already starting for next year. Do you want it to continue to be bigger and better every single year?
I don't know about bigger. This is manageable. But it's just such an honor and a privilege to be able to curate all of our favorite bands, and the talent is so stellar, and then just to showcase people who live and create in Richmond and nonprofits who are serving our community, that we just want to continue to have that footprint in that space to say, look how amazing Richmond is.
We all do love Richmond. It's
incredible.
An amazing place, so what better way to celebrate? Thank you so much, both of you,
Thank
for
you.
coming in today. We really appreciate your time, and you're going to have a great night today.
Thank you.
I just know it. Make plans and enjoy 804 Day today from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the 17th Street Market area in Shockoe Bottom. And VirginiaThisMorning.com is where you'll find a link to that information a little bit later today. Andreas, I'll send it over to you in the kitchen.
All right, well, I'm here with Tim Gerhardt, chocolatier from Gerhardt's Fine Chocolates. They have a special open house tomorrow, and today, Tim is helping us put together some truffles. We'll do some rolling when our live show returns. Stay with us. It's time for the sweetest part of the show. We're going to get a lesson from an expert on rolling truffles.
I mean, this is a really special opportunity. It has been close to 10 years since he was in the Virginia This Morning kitchen, but we welcome chocolatier Tim Gerhardt back to our live show. Thank you for coming in and giving us hands-on opportunities.
Oh, yes.
My pleasure. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got a beautiful display here. We've got a beautiful project to model after. Where do we begin?
Well, it's all about the truffle, number one, and I think I wanted to bring something that was really kind of fun and lighthearted and easy, and so I was excited to do this with you guys. I have 3 different kind of finishes that we can roll our truffles in. This is actually going to be very similar to our kids rolling truffles that we're going to be doing at our open house tomorrow. Yeah, right here at Short Pump Station at our new store. And so kids are going to get to come in free of charge, get to roll a few truffles, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
What a great afternoon.
It's really going to be cool. So the main thing with the truffle is you want to kind of pick it up and just remember your hands are warm, so you want to be kind of, thoughtful about it. Give it a good squeeze. And then, don't be scared. And then right in the kind of in your palms, give it a little kind of roll, and just until you start to see the little teeny spikes on it.
Yep.
You get those spikes, and then we're going to roll it right in your whatever topping you have.
Are these my spikes?
You maybe go a little bit more, just a hair more.
All right.
And then you can, let me tell you about what we have to roll them in. So the middle one is actually my personal favorite. That is Marcona almonds.
Yes, that sounds yummy.
Yeah, Spanish deep fat fried almonds with sea salt. So
you cannot go wrong with that.
Absolutely not. And then on your right, we have for the kids and kids at heart, we have the sprinkles.
Sprinkles are my favorite.
Yep, you can't go wrong with that.
Now, what is the key to rolling?
So you just in getting that just enough of the kind of the melty, just kind of getting the little spikes. But then there's nothing wrong with just kind of pushing it in a little bit too.
Oh, pushing it in. Okay.
Yeah. And
there you go.
Yep. So then, again, just kind of rolling it in there.
Now, is the goal to have it very well covered? Do you find that people like theirs to be, really well covered, or some folks like it a little bit lighter on the toppings?
I would definitely go on the heavier side, just because you want it to be able to, it's going to have a little longer of a life when it's kind of fully covered as opposed to being exposed. So, but yeah, it's we actually do quite a few, we do probably 2 or 3 different kinds of truffles at our shop. And
you roll them each and every day?
Every single day, exactly the same as we did 23 years ago when
What
we
a
started.
fun job, though. It's kind of like, you know, getting your hands dirty, just kind of like, you know, putting your unique spin on it each and every day. I mean, that's really special.
It's we are extremely lucky to do what we get to do on a daily basis, and anytime I'm able to kind of bring that experience a little bit into the the public eye and kind of having folks and kids coming out seeing what we do on a daily basis. I mean, that's a good day in our world. So.
And you specialize in all kinds of chocolate.
We do. Yeah, we have a signature line of 16 different chocolates that really are the foundation of the business and have been since we started in 2001. We really wanted people to have that, they can come and get their favorites every single time. They're always going to be there, hopefully. And but over the years, we obviously want to do new and fun things, and so we use that opportunity as well to kind of flex the creative muscle sometimes, and get to do what cooks like to do, and that's create special food for for people. So that's really fun.
I am having such a good time.
It is a lot of fun.
I gotta say, you guys are doing really well.
Well, anytime you need us, we can come by. There's going to have to be a quality control agreement in there, but this is a good time. Now, 20 years, you said, and about 12 years at your previous location.
Yep.
And now you're taking the leap to a new space.
We kind of wanted to wait for that perfect space, and we found it in the Trader Joe's shopping center there at Short Pump Station.
We all know where that is.
Yes, we do.
The great thing about it was that we really got to kind of use this opportunity to enlarge our footprint a little bit and kind of enhance the chocolate experience. And that is by having our own bakery there, where we're making kind of chocolate-centric desserts. That's everything from a flourless chocolate torte to these super luxurious, decadent buttermilk chocolate cake. I mean, it's like the best brownie in town.
Yum.
Chocolate chip cookies. I mean, it's not everything is chocolate. We have some breakfast items as well. Croissants and pain au chocolats and things of that nature. Very traditional, all handmade by ourselves. So we really love that new kind of bringing that to Richmond.
What was it about chocolate that said to you, this is what I want to do with my life?
Wow, it's a little bit of right place, right time.
Yeah.
It's funny, I have a kind of an odd transition to being a chocolatier. I was in the Marines as a cook.
Wow.
But that kind of repetition and the attention to detail led me to culinary school and led me into pastry and baking, and kind of chocolate was always part of my life. And it just was, in the early 2000s, there just wasn't a lot of artisan chocolatiers, and it was just kind of a great opportunity, and we were excited to kind of bring that to Central Virginia.
And speaking of that artistry, you also spend some time in your space teaching others how to work with chocolate.
We do. Whenever I can, like I said, I love to get people involved, and so we have everything from wine and chocolate, whiskey tastings, all the way up to kids' birthday parties. I've worked with we actually worked with the Federal Institute in Charlottesville, and one day we were faced with a group of astronauts and admirals and generals, and like a team building kind of exercise, and it was just, you'd never know, and it's just really fun to be able to bring that.
This is not the first time that I've heard that chocolate truly brings people together.
It does bring people together, and I mean, we could do this all day.
All day.
Yeah.
All day. We could get lost in the chocolate and the truffles.
You guys did each and every one. You guys did more than me.
We were a little excited. Now, I do have a question. The chocolate that we're working with, is this a dark chocolate?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. It's a ganache, and a ganache is a kind of a fancy French word for cream, butter, and chocolate. So it's mixed in a particular way. Crystallization is important. You're melting the chocolate, boiling the cream, adding flavors to the cream, and then kind of emulsifying that all together to a beautiful it's kind of a liquid substance that goes into a frame, and then it firms up, and then the next day it looks like that. So then we're able to cut it, and then we hand roll, and then if I was dipping it, we would dip it just like that, in this kind of more firm state.
It truly is an art form, and it's been so much fun learning from you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
All right, we're going to do a little bit of tasting when we come back, so Tim's not packing up just yet. Stay with us as we head to break.
In the meantime, here's some more information about the open house presented by Gerhardt's Fine Chocolates. It is tomorrow, Saturday, August 3rd from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. at their location, 11331 West Broad Street in Short Pump. VirginiaThisMorning.com is where more information can be found.
We'll be right back. Quality control is on the menu.
That's key. Okay, we're back. Chocolatier Tim Gerhardt showed Andreas and myself how to roll up some truffles. Now, you know what? I think it's time to dig in, which may be the best part of the morning.
All right, now I should have decided before we started.
So yeah, you have the
Now I can't
caramelized cookie, the Biscoff cookie,
Okay.
Marcona almond, or the sprinkles.
I'm going to go with the Biscoff.
I'm going with almond because you said some beautiful things about this earlier.
So good.
That is a bite of heaven right there.
A little bit of salt.
And it's so soft and decadent. This is a ganache. All right. And there's so many different kinds of truffles. We had another guest who said the pistachio truffle was her favorite thing on earth. So, I mean,
Big statement.
yeah, the toppings that you've chosen are so perfectly paired.
Well, we just want them to be approachable, and I love when people can kind of say, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense," and it's not over. You don't have to overthink it.
No.
The salty and sweet is amazing there.
Yeah,
It is the perfect marriage of all the flavors. So
Awesome.
thank you so much.
Very good.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And good luck with your open house this weekend.
We
Thank you
cannot
to
wait.
all of our guests today and to those who came on Virginia This Morning this week.
Virginia This Morning returns live on Monday starting at 8:56. We hope you're going to have a wonderful and safe weekend and take advantage of all of the events that we've been talking about, especially the open house over at Gerhardt's Fine Chocolate.
And I mean, no better way to enjoy the weekend than with some chocolate. Dig in.
Agreed.
So good. No matter what you put on it, just delicious.